Yes, I think the meeting was ended. Yes, all of you can see my screen now, na? Yes. So all of you can hear me also. Okay. So let us start with the constructional parts. Okay. This is the constructional part. I'm showing you how an IC engine is assembled. This was also a part of your first practical, students. Okay. So this is the main, the cavity in which the piston slides. Okay. This is the cavity in which the piston is sliding. Okay. Okay. I will just do one sharing. Okay. So there is no interruptions now. Okay. So all of you can see my screen now. Just message me now. All of you can see my screen and my voice. Mohammad Akmal Ansari. Can you see the screen? Okay. You can hear my voice. Okay. So see here now. This is the constructional part. This is the main part of the internal combustion engine. Okay. In which there is a cavity. You can see the cavity here. Okay. There are 4 cavities. Therefore, it is a 4-cylinder engine. The pistons are sliding inside this cavity. Okay. This is the cylinder body, you can say cylinder body. Okay. In which the pistons are sliding, the reciprocating motion is getting placed in this 4 cavities, 4 combustion chambers also, you can say. Okay. So what is happening here? See now, this is the crankshaft. Okay. Crankshaft. Okay. A single structure, a single construction. It is made with the help of casting. Okay. And this is a very heavy part with on which the flywheel is fitted. You will see ahead, the flywheel is fitted on it. Then the connecting rods are fitted, and on the connecting rod the piston is there. Okay. This is the piston which is fitted to the crankshaft. See the arrangement. How is the arrangement? Okay. There is the crank also. The heavy part was which was there. Okay. There was crank. These are the gaskets and all. Okay. This is the heavy flywheel which is getting fitted here. Okay. This is the cylinder head. Cylinder head is used to create a closed structure. Okay. Inside the combustion chamber, the valves are fitted on this cylinder head. See the springs. Okay. Springs which is connected via the rocker arm. These were the valves, springs. Okay. Here 2 camshafts are used. Okay. These are the 2 camshafts. Okay. One is for inlet valves, and the another one is for exhaust valves. Okay. So it is fitting on this cylinder body. Okay. With the help of screws. Okay. There are another attachments also. Okay. There is various AC compressors and other things which are run by your crankshaft. Okay. This is the chain drive. You can see chain drive connected to the camshaft and crankshaft. Okay. So with the help of crankshaft, the power is transmitted to the camshaft. This is just a cover to cover it. Okay. From where you can also put the oil. This is the oil sump which is fitted to the bottom of the engine. Okay. Sensors are put it, and sensors are put in this. The oil is collected here, and then it is pumped up to the engine. Okay. So this cycle is also going on. This is the filters, okay, sensors, and starter motors, and the other sensors which are getting fitted here. Okay, this is another things, filters and all. Okay, carburetors. This is the assembly, that is exhaust manifold. Okay, this is the oil level checking, yellow color oil level checking, and these are the you can say the spark plugs which is getting fitted, and the wires are connected up from up, and from where it will get the current. This is the coolant pump. Okay, the coolant comes and it is pumped inside the cylinder. Okay, this is the idler pulley. Okay, this is the pulley connected to the crankshaft. Okay, from here the crankshaft only the power is transmitted to the camshaft. Okay, there is an alternator also. Okay, this is also the idler pulley. This is your alternator, which is quite big. Okay, one single belt is connected to the crankshaft, and from crankshaft is connected to the alternator, to the coolant pump, to the camshaft, to the compressor and all. Okay, see all these things. Okay, it is your part of your internal combustion engine. Yes, any doubt till now, students? Any doubt till now? See, this is the crankshaft. Yes, students, at least you have understood the construction now. Okay, so we will see the working. What is the working? Okay, I have explained a little bit, not explained it to you, but I've just I've shown you the video. Okay, now I will try to explain it to you. Okay, uh, see, this was the video. This was the video which was shared with you. All of you can see this video, students. Just message me. Just message me so that I get the confirmation. All of you can see the window and you can hear my voice now. Okay, students. Okay, so let us start now. See, this is the internal combustion engine. Okay, so internal combustion engine, these are the only main parts which are shown. Okay, inside view cut section you can see here. These are the cavities. Okay, cavities are there. These are the pistons fitted to the connecting rod. This is the crankshaft, valves, camshaft, pulley is connected with the crankshaft and camshaft. Okay, I will just name it. I will try to name it. Yes, forget it. See, I will try to explain it to you with the mouse only. Okay. So this is the crankshaft which we have seen. Okay. Pistons. This is the connecting rods. Okay. There are 4 connecting rods, 4 piston, and a single crankshaft. This is a single crankshaft which is getting power from all the 4 pistons. Okay. From all the 4 pistons, the all 4 pistons are connected to one single crankshaft, and the power is transmitted one by one from each piston to the crankshaft. Okay, one by one it is happening. So see, these are the valves here. On the upper side you can see these are the valves. Okay, for each engine, each combustion chamber, there are 2 valves. Okay, one is inlet valve and the another is exhaust valve. Okay, one is inlet valve and the another is exhaust valve. Okay, so what is happening, see, with the help of your cam here. Okay, this is the cam shaft. Okay, on which the cams are fitted. Okay, cams are directly press fitted on this cam shaft. Okay, so what is happening here, the cam shaft is getting the power with the help of the crankshaft here. You can see a belt, a timing belt which is shown here. You can also use a chain drive here. Okay, many a times chain drives are also used, as you have seen in the construction video. Okay, a chain drive was used here. The timing belt is shown. So this timing belt is getting the power from the crankshaft. See, the crankshaft is connected with the camshaft via a belt. Oh, okay, and these are the idler pulleys only, just to get the proper fitting. Okay, the tightness in the belt. Okay, so therefore the tension is created with the help of this idler pulley. This is not having any work, but it is just creating a tightness. Okay, so the power is transmitted, okay, to the camshaft, and the camshaft starts rotating. Camshaft starts rotating, and what happens, because of its rotation and because of the cams, the black cams which you can see here, because of the black cams, the inlet valves get pushed with the help of the springs. Okay, you can see the red color springs, students, and these springs get pushed and the inlet valves get pushed inside, and it is open, it is opening a way so that the air fuel mixture gets inside the combustion chamber. Okay, also another shaft is there for outlet valve. Okay, outlet valves are connected to the another cams. There are 2 cams shown here. Okay, camshaft shown here. So when it rotates, what it will happen, that your exhaust gases will be getting pushed outside. When the exhaust valve opens, the exhaust gases will be getting pushed outside. Okay, so in one cycle of the engine, in one cycle, if we take only one cylinder, in one cycle the inlet valve open only one time. Okay, and the exhaust valve opens and close only one time. So in a single cycle, the inlet and exhaust valves have to open and close only one time. Okay, students, let us see the working first. Okay, you will get to understand it. This is the crankshaft. Okay, connected to the flywheel. Okay, and these parts are called the crank. These heavy parts which are attached here, you can see, this is the crank, this is also the crank. Okay, here is also a crank, the heavy part of the crankshaft, so that the crankshaft gets balanced. Okay, these are the cranks. On this part, the see here, on these parts, the pistons are connected via the connecting rod. So here the connecting rod will be having the attachment. Okay, so see how the connecting rods are connected to the pistons here. Okay, this is the only piston, the upper part. Okay, valves. Okay, exhaust camshaft. Okay, camshafts are connected. Camshafts are connected to the crankshaft via the timing belt. Okay, this is the exhaust cam sprocket. This is the intake cam sprocket, idler pulley, tensioner pulley, timing belt. Okay, so There will be idler pulleys and a tensioner pulley to hold the belt tight. This is the internal structure of a four-stroke inline four-cylinder engine. I will also explain you what is an inline engine. When the cylinders are beside each other, okay, beside each other, then it is called an inline engine. There are various types of engine. We will study it later. Okay, you just focus here now. This is a four-stroke engine. Okay, why it is called a four-stroke engine? Because in four strokes of the piston, one single cycle is completed, and that cycle is repeated again and again. Okay, to run the engine. So in one cycle, four strokes are completed. Four strokes are required here to complete one cycle of the engine. That is why it is called a four-stroke engine. There is also two-stroke engine. Okay, there are also five-stroke engine. There are many types of engines. Okay, this is a four-stroke engine commonly used nowadays. Okay, in your common road cars. Okay, so four strokes are required to complete one cycle. Okay, so see here, this is a four cylinder. You can take six cylinder also, seven cylinder also. In seven cylinders also, in a seven cylinder engine also, there can be a four stroke engine. It can be called as a four stroke engine because the number of cylinders are not associated with the number of strokes, students. Okay, number of strokes are associated with the cycle. The in four strokes one cycle is completed, then it is called a four stroke engine. If in two stroke one cycle is completed of a combustion chamber of a piston, then it is called a two stroke engine. Hope you are getting. If I repeat, if there are seven cylinders also, if there is a single cylinder also, then also it can be a four stroke engine. Okay, students, let us see. This is the total engine, and then we will see one cylinder. See, these are the four strokes of this engine, four cylinder. I'm sorry. This is a four strokes of a engine. Okay, of a four stroke engine: intake, compression, power, and exhaust. Okay, intake, compression, power, and exhaust. What are the strokes? When the piston is moving from up to the down. Okay, this is the intake stroke. Then again it compresses the air fuel mixture and goes from down to up. This is the second stroke, compression. Then again the power stroke. When it comes, piston again comes down, and then the exhaust stroke when the piston again move up. Okay, these are the four strokes of the engine. The crankshaft to camshaft ratio is 2:1. Okay, which means it will take two crank revolutions to complete one camshaft revolution. I will explain it to you. To just remember it, see here it is shown 2 and here it is shown 1. So means if the crankshaft rotates 2 times, the camshaft will rotate only 1 time. Okay, getting all of you? If the crankshaft rotates 2 times, the camshaft, it is the arrangement is made in such a way that the camshaft will rotate only 1 time. See, there are bigger sprockets here and there is a smaller sprocket here on the crankshaft. Okay, on the crankshaft there is a smaller sprocket, and on the camshaft there is a big sprocket. So if a small sprocket, if you have learned about gears also, you have learned about chain drives also. So if a small sprocket is running a big sprocket, what will happen? If this rotate 2 times, this camshaft sprocket will rotate 1 time. Okay, so if this is rotating 1 time, this camshaft will rotate 1 time. Okay, let us move ahead. You just try to get the explanation first, then I will give you time to ask the doubts. Okay, students. Now we are taking a look at a single cylinder and how a four-stroke engine works. Okay, this is the single cylinder shown here. Okay, see, in order to ignite the air fuel mixture, a spark plug is used, which is fitted inside here. Okay, Okay, this will ignite the compressed air fuel mixture. Okay, see how it is working. See, these are the cams. This black color are the cams. Okay, see the piston is moving down here. Piston is moving down and it is sucking the air fuel mixture inside the combustion chamber. Okay, what is happening here? The combustion chamber is having less pressure, and from the passage from where the air fuel mixture was coming, it was having more pressure. There was vacuum created inside the combustion chamber because of the piston moving down. Okay, there was a partial vacuum created, therefore the pressure inside the combustion chamber was less and the pressure outside was more, therefore the air fuel mixture was coming inside. Okay students, therefore the piston is spending some energy to take the air fuel mixture inside. Okay, this here the one stroke is completed, the air fuel mixture is coming inside. Okay, okay, one stroke is completed. Now the compression stroke begins. See, when the compression stroke is beginning, what is happening? Both the inlet and exhaust valves are closed here, students. Okay, both the inlet and exhaust valves are closed. Okay, so then only the compression can take place. Now otherwise, if I try to compress something and some in a closed structure, and if there is a outlet or there is a small hole from where the gas can go outside, then I cannot compress something. If I want to compress something, I want a closed structure. So therefore both the inlet and exhaust valves are closed here. Okay, at the compression stroke only. Yeah? Okay, now the piston is moving up and it is the second stroke. Okay, now the air fuel mixture is compressed. See, air fuel mixture is compressed here. Okay, the piston has moved up and the spark plug will now ignite. Okay, spark plug will give the spark to the compressed air fuel mixture. Compressed air fuel mixture which is there inside. Now in that small space, okay, so the compressed air fuel mixture will get ignited here. And see, petrol requires a spark plug. It cannot ignite on its own. Okay, diesel there is a different story, but for petrol there the self ignition temperature is high there, therefore it requires a spark plug. The spark plug here which is shown in the middle, it is getting its current from the battery. Okay, so the air fuel mixture gets ignited here. Okay, both the inlet and outlet valves are closed here. At the end of compression stroke, the air fuel mixture is ignited by the spark plug. Explosion takes place, and what is happening? See, because of the explosion, what is happening? The pressure is rising inside the combustion chamber so much so that the pressure it cannot be sustained by the piston and it has to push down. The piston is pushed down. Okay. The piston is pushed down, students. Explosion exerts pressure, and because of that pressure rise only, because of the fuel is burned here to create a pressure rise. So therefore the pressure rise is pushing the piston down, and therefore this is the power stroke. Here only out of the 4 stroke, here only we are getting the power, and the piston is pushed down. Piston is pushing down therefore the connecting rod, okay, which is connected to the piston, it moves down, it rotates the crankshaft, and the crankshaft gets rotated, and that power is transmitted to the wheels via the gearbox, okay, and the propeller shafts which are there in the arrangement. Okay, that is not the part of the engine. Okay, for the engine there is only crankshaft and flywheel. After the flywheel there is gearbox and all, okay, from which the power is transmitted to the tires. So see, this is the power stroke when the piston is moving down, okay, from up to the down. Okay, so the explosion exerts pressure and pushes the piston down. This is the third stroke. Okay, this is the power stroke. It gives the power to the crank. At the exhaust stroke, the exhaust valve is opening now. See, now the exhaust valve is opening. You can see this valve is being pushed down. The area here, okay, here it is getting open and the bond gases are being pushed out here. So it requires some work to be done by the piston on the gases to be pushed the outside. Okay, okay, students. It requires power. Okay, it requires some power, some energy is lost here to push the gases out. That we will study later. Okay, so exhaust gas is pushed out through this exhaust valve. Okay, burnt gas is pushed out and that is thrown out of the engine. Yes, all of you can hear me, students. Now, all of you are able to hear me, students. I've explained you a video. All of you are able to hear me. Can you message me? Asif Raza Ansari, you are not able to hear me. Can you hear me now? Voice is coming. Can you all message me? Okay. Have you understood? Have you all understood? So let us move ahead. Okay, then I will give you some time to ask questions. Okay. Timing belt, I will show you. देख सकता हूँ मेरी आवाज आ रही है कि नहीं. Yes, students, let us see. Now, I will tell you more about the firing order now. Okay. See, this cycle which I have shown you, okay, the 4 strokes, these 4 strokes are taking place in all the cylinders one by one. Okay. But at the same time, it is not taking place. You can see the working. 2 pistons are going down and then the 2 pistons are coming up. Okay, so this arrangement is made to balance the engine also. Okay, so that it at each and every second the power, and each and every time minute second the power is available at the crankshaft and the flywheel. Also to balance the engine, okay, arrangement is made in such a way that 2 pistons are up, 2 pistons are down, and at a time only one piston is getting the power, it is getting the fuel and the spark plug is getting ignited. So see here the firing order is 1342. Okay, this is the first cylinder, this is the second cylinder, third cylinder here, and this is the corner one is the fourth cylinder. So the firing order will be like this. This will be my first cylinder, it is getting the power, then it is will get the spark plug will getting ignited and the piston will be pushed down. Then this third will be ignited and this will get the power. Then the fourth, this fourth one, and then the second one. Okay, see here, see you can see first, then third, then fourth, then the second. Okay, Yes. See, someone was asking about the timing belt. This is the timing belt. See, it is not having any timing stored in it. This is just it is called timing belt because it gives a proper time. There are some slots in it, so the slipping is not having in the is not taking place in that timing belt. Okay, slip का कोई chance नहीं है उधर. There is no slipping here. Very because timing is very important in this uh, internal combustion engine because you have to open the valves at the right time. ओके एग्जॉस्ट हो गया उसके बाद में बहुत देर के बाद में ओके एट आफ्टर so much of time if you are opening the exhaust valve then what will happen the engine will not work properly because you have to open the exhaust valve at the right time so that at the right time the exhaust gases are going out. You have to close it also at the right time so that the compression takes place. Okay, so therefore the timing is very important. Therefore this belt is not now eliminated. These timing belts are now eliminated in the new cars, and therefore the chain and sprocket drives are used because there is zero slip in a chain and sprocket. Okay, there is no slipping, so the velocity difference will not be there in the crankshaft and camshaft. If the crankshaft is rotating one time, then the camshaft, okay, the upper one, the camshaft will rotate only one time. Okay, if the crankshaft is rotating two times this crankshaft, then the camshaft will rotate only one time. Okay, students, hope you have understood this. See, two-stroke engines are different, CI engines are different. This is the basic I have made you explain. Okay, so you can ask your doubts now in the chat box. You can ask your doubts. You can ask my see, I have allowed you to message me privately. Okay, I will also allow now all of you to unmute yourself. Okay, I will also allow you. So I have given you the permission to unmute yourself. You can one at a time. You can ask the question. Okay. Yes, students. Yes, doubts now. See, all of you are. If you are all of you are unmuting yourself, then it will create a problem. Okay, I cannot hear. So I request you all to unmute yourself. Only one who wants to ask, you can ask me directly. You can also raise your hand. Okay, in the settings given. Okay, and ask me directly now. What are the doubts? See, Salman Ansari has asked what is a CI engine. CI engine is a compression ignition engine, that is your diesel engine. Okay, compression ignition engines are mainly diesel engines wherein the compression ignition because of compression the diesel gets ignited. That is having a little bit another different arrangement that we are going to study. There is a full module of CI engine. Okay, but related to your SI engine, that is your spark plug ignition engine, which we have studied now. Okay, you ask questions related to what we have studied. You just have 3 minutes 45 seconds remaining now in the meeting. Then the meeting will be getting ended by Zoom. Okay, just 3.5 minutes are remaining. Okay, you just ask me about the yes, Khan Aftab Alam. See, 18ME34. He is asking, sir, why it is igniting one piston at a time? Yes. See, from the video, you all were seeing. From the video, you all were seeing that the piston is igniting. Okay. See here, the piston. So sorry, the in one combustion chamber, the fuel was igniting. Okay. If all the four pistons, okay, if all the four pistons are igniting at the same time, what will happen? That the crankshaft will get immense pressure. Okay, all the four pistons will be moving downwards. Imagine at the same time there is a power stroke. Okay, the piston is being pushed because of the pressure, and all the four pistons, they are giving the power at the same time to the crankshaft. The crankshaft can break. Okay, another thing, it doesn't require so much of power at one time. we want power in all the 4 strokes. Sorry, we want power at all time available at the crankshaft. So when there is a power stroke of first cylinder, okay, then in the other 3 stroke, what is happening? There is no power. Okay, we are getting power in only 1 stroke out of the 4 stroke. That is the power stroke wherein the fuel is burned, and therefore the piston is pushed down and the crankshaft is rotating. Okay, that is why it is called the power stroke, because the piston is getting some power and is pushed down. Okay, that power is utilized to rotate the crankshaft. What will happen in the other 3 strokes? In the other 3 strokes, okay, the other pistons are working and it is getting getting the power, and it is trying to push the piston. It is and then the by the connecting rod, it is trying to rotate the crankshaft. It is trying to rotate the crankshaft. And what is flywheel doing? Flywheel is trying to store the energy. It is a heavy thing. You all know what is a flywheel. Okay, you all know what is a flywheel. This flywheel, okay, it is trying to store the energy, and the immense pressure which we are getting, okay, immense power which we are getting in one stroke, it is trying to stabilize it. Okay, and then it gives that stabilized power which is not having very much variations in the torque, that is given to the your gearbox. Okay. See, any more questions? Yes, as power gets delivered once every 2 rotations of crankshaft, it is less powerful compared to 2 stroke. Yes, it is less powerful. A 4 stroke engine is less powerful as compared to 2 stroke. But what is happening here is, you know, the 2 stroke engines, they are used only in your high speed engines. Okay, so to get more power out of the fuel, okay, to utilize the whole heat, we are using 4 stroke engines. Okay, power is more in 2 stroke, but still it is eliminated now because there is lot of heat wasted.